Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer, and this is TV Talk. Now, before I get started, I'd like to lay down a few ground rules and explain a few things. For those of you familiar with my movie talk and book talk channels, or videos, this will be along the same lines, only it'll be about TV shows. Basically TV shows that I have on DVD, though I will do a couple that are on Netflix, particularly Netflix series. Also, there will be postings every day. Well, not right away, as I am kind of in the middle of a couple of other series, and I want to wait till I get to the start of a new series to do a video, as I believe it'll make more sense to do videos of a particular series from start to finish than to jump right into the middle. So right now I'm only going to be doing one series. Within a few days I will pick up another one, and then another one, and then eventually we will be doing 7-day-a-week videos. But please keep in mind that while I will be doing, once we get to that point, I will be doing videos every day. And these will be very short videos, every day for this particular selection of videos. They will not be the same videos every day. They will be an episode a week from a particular series, and then the next day it'll be another series. So just, keep that in mind. Don't expect, oh, she did dragons today, so tomorrow is going to be another dragons video. No, it won't. It'll be like Thundercats or something. Just to give you an example. So those are the that's kind of set up for this, and my ground rules are very similar to those of movie talk and book talk. Feel free to leave your questions and opinions in the comment section. I do like to read those. They help me out a lot in making the videos and whatnot. But be nice to each other. I don't want to see any, how do I put this? Any really people being really mean to each other in the comment section. The comment section on my videos is open to everyone. There is no such thing as a stupid question in my comment section. And everyone is free to express their own opinion. Just being nice to each other. I am not opposed to friendly debates between yourselves and between you and me in the comment section. I actually encourage it. Just, keep it civil. Don't try and force people to see that you're right about something, that a certain episode was horrible or a certain episode was good, when someone's saying they didn't like it or they loved it, or I'm saying I didn't like it or love it. Just, respect everyone's opinion. That's all I ask. So, let's get started. And the very first TV series that we are going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about on TV Talk, is Dragons Riders of Berk. And this week's episode was actually the very first episode, of course, and that is How to Start a Dragon Academy. This series follows the events of How to Train Your Dragon, and for those of you who are checking out the dates, you'll notice that this video was actually posted 2 days after my How to Train Your Dragon video, and that was intentional. And this actually tells the story of what happens after How to Train Your Dragon. There are a few notable changes in the TV show. First off, Snoutlout and Tough and Roughnut. In the movies, Snoutlout was voiced by Jonah Hill, and Toughnut was voiced by Christian Wig. Now, in the TV show, Snoutlout is voiced by Zach Perlman, and Roughnut is voiced by Julia Marcus. So, that's, a little difference. I really didn't notice it until I actually went to see, do the voice actors from the movie match up with the voice actors in the TV show, just to make sure. So, it's not a big noticeable change. But we do see more of Berk in this. In the movie, we saw mostly the Dragon Training Academy, Hiccup's house, and the Great Hall. That was about, in the Cove where Hiccup kept toothless, but that was about it. We didn't see much after that. We didn't see much of that. This time we're seeing a more broader scale of the village, which is nice. We are also introduced to 3 new characters in this episode. We're actually introduced to more characters in this episode, and I will let you know when they come in. I just don't want to bombard you with all the new characters, so I figured when they come into, with each new character is introduced in each episode, I'll introduce that. I just figured it would be a lot easier. I'll be doing that with other TV talk videos. So the 3 characters we are introduced here are Mildew, Bucket, and Mulch. And Mildew is voiced by Stephen Root, and he's an elderly man, and he does not like the dragons. He wants to go back to the way things were before Hiccup made peace with the dragons. And Bucket and Mulch, I could not find their voice actors. You know, I apologize for that, I just couldn't find them. And I do know what their roles are on Berk, but I will not reveal them until later on because it's not really revealed in this episode. And so anyways, we're going to get right into what's going on in the episode. Like I said, it takes place like right after the events of How to Train Your Dragon. And the dragons are basically everywhere on Berk as they were beforehand, but instead of the Vikings trying to kill them, they are trying to live in peace with them, and the dragons are basically going wild. They are taking food, they are getting into shops, they are taking, they are sitting on houses and crushing the roofs, and basically causing a great big nuisance. And Mildew is stirring up the town. He wants to get rid of the dragons. He wants them either caged or off the island. And he basically gets all the townspeople stirred up about it, and Stoic has no idea what to do. He wants to keep his people happy, but he also wants to keep his son happy, and he can't find a happy medium. So Hiccup says, well, let me take care of the dragons. So he attempts to try and wrangle the dragons. Doesn't work out very well. So his friends step in and try and help him with that, and they decide to try and train the dragons. And they try to train the dragons to do what they want them to do, and they soon learn that that doesn't work. And the best way to train the dragons is to let the dragons do what they want to do, and for them to try and figure out how to get that to work with them. Now, this opens up the whole series, and Riders of Berk was actually a 2-season episode, although in the 2nd season it does change title names just a little bit. And they do, and then after that it goes into Race to the Edge, which is a Netflix series, which I will do a movie talk video, or a TV talk video, excuse me, of once I get to that. It'll be one of the few Netflix series, TV shows on Netflix that I do a TV talk video on, because being a Netflix series, it will not be taken off, or I can be fairly certain it won't be taken off. And that, I believe, is on its 4th season. It is considered part of the Dragons TV series. They just changed the name a little bit. It does take place several years later, but we'll get more into that when I get to Race to the Edge, excuse me. We're also told the names of some of the dragons, the other riders' dragons. Well, most of them. We're not told the names of the twins' dragon yet. But Snotlout's Monster's Nightmare, he names it Hookfang. Fishlegs names his Grunkle Meatlug. And Astrid names her Deadly Natter Stormfly. And the TV show actually starts with Hiccup and his friends meeting on these cliffs, I think not far out from Berk, and they're just kind of showing off what they were able to do with their dragons. And of course Hiccup and Toothless blow everybody away because they've been at it longer. And excuse me if I'm sounding a little weird. I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I'm going to try and make this quick. Sorry about that. And it's just really cute, and it sets the tone for a lot of the rest of the show. We don't really get any of the big villains yet. That's later down the line where we'll actually start meeting the quintessential villains of the show. Right now they're kind of just setting up the secondary characters, because they've already set up the main characters in the movie. They're setting up more of the secondary characters, and they're showing us a lot more of Berk and the outlying areas. We're actually going to see a lot more of the different islands. We're going to see a lot more other dragons in this series, and it's going to be a really take my word for it, because I've seen it several times. I've actually watched the DVD several times before I got the idea to make this TV Talk series. So it's really cute. It's a really adorable little TV show. I love it very much, but I love dragons, and I am a big fan of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, which this fits into, obviously. But it's really cute. They kept the same character designs from the movie. Obviously, they kind of had to. Well, they didn't have to, but they did to a degree. And it's not, with the first episode, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away too much of what happens in the series, but it's really good. Like I said, we're going to meet a couple other secondary characters in the show. We're going to meet some villains later on. We're going to meet some more dragons and whatnot. I will reveal the name of the Zippleback that the twins have once the name's revealed in the show. I mean, I know what it is, and if you've watched the show or if you've seen the second movie, you know what it is as well. But since it wasn't revealed yet in this episode, I don't want to reveal it just yet. So that's about all I'm going to say on the first episode of How to Train Your Dragon. Next Sunday will be the second episode. So look for that one next Sunday. And I'll see you then. Please feel free to leave, as I said at the beginning of this video, to leave your comments and your opinions and questions in the comment section. Just be very nice to each other and to me. Like and subscribe. That helps me out just as much as the comments and questions do. And feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The information will be in the description section. And I will see you next week with another episode of Dragons Riders of Berk. And so, I'm Jennifer. I'm Jennifer. This has been TV Talk, and I will see you next time.